put the 3 points in the bag. Tottenham Hotspur 0, Chelsea 1. This is your Tottenham Hotspur versus Chelsea match review. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel, people. As you can see by the scoreline above in the corner, Chelsea 1, Tottenham Hotspur nearly could have been 3-0. But yeah, this is your Chelsea match review. Welcome back to the channel. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified for when I upload a new video. Today we did our first watch along. That was fun, and we'll be doing some more big game watch along for the upcoming season. Before we get started, shout out to Jamaica, and my heart goes out to Jamaica. If you can, please donate to the hurricane relief cause, because hurricane, for those who may not know, Hurricane Melissa passed to the island a few days ago and left a devastating structural toll on the country. So please reach out and donate. Now let's get into the match review. Tottenham Hotspur versus Chelsea. Chelsea pulled up the Tottenham Hotspur in seek of 3 points, and we ultimately got the 3 points. And when I tell you about this game, this match was not even close. We bopped him off the park. This was not even a contest. I was a bit concerned with the starting lineup, given that Josh Achempong and Esteva was not in the starting 11. More so, Gittins was not in the starting 11 because I think we could have gotten change, and we could have gotten some joy out on the flank, especially if our wingers were supposed to be direct. However, Garnacho and Pedro Neto started on the wings, and Trevor Chalobah and Wesley Fofana started at both centre backs. Kukurea and Malagusta started as right back. And Reece James actually partnered Moises Caicedo in midfield along with Enzo Fernandez in the 10, and João Pedro up top. Now, that was a starting lineup put out by Chelsea. And when you look at the starting lineup compared to Spurs, Colomani was back, Bergwijn started, and Xabi Simons was on the bench, you'd think we'd dominate the middle of the park based on the starting lineup that we presented. And so said, so done. We dominated the middle of the park, and it was only by one man only, Moises Caicedo. And I'll say it right now, lads. I'll say it right now, people. Moises Caicedo is a world-class midfielder and a world-class footballer. He deserves all the praise he's been getting recently, and more that's supposed to come. Someone in my chat while we were doing the live watch along said Moises Caicedo from Ballon d'Or. And I'm telling you, I'm right there with you, blood. I'm right there with you. Now, some of the performances. This was honestly a comfortable game. So let's talk about some of the individual performances. And I want to start none other than Alejandro Garnacho and his performance. His performance was meaty. I don't like to criticize players, but he was afforded a lot of time and space, and he did not take advantage of it. If it was a Gittins in his position, given more time, he would have roasted the fullback. He would have got past the fullback. I believe that even though Gittins did come on in the second half, I genuinely believe that if Gittins had gotten into those spaces, had gotten time and opportunity on the ball, the same time that Alejandro Garnacho got, he would have exploited it more, and you would have probably seen a bigger scoreline, because we genuinely should have won this by more than one goal. Speaking of the goal, let's discuss the goal. Moises Caicedo wins the ball in the middle of the park, tries to play a through pass to João Pedro, but João Pedro didn't make the run. The Spurs defender got it, but Moises Caicedo continued to press, won the press back in the box, and then flicks the ball onto João Pedro, who gets his first goal since August of 2025. So that little goal drought is over. Hopefully he can kick on against that. Even before the goal, I'm remembering these things as you go on. Again, it's the match reaction. Even before the goal, João Pedro, there was a clearance from one of the Spurs players into Garnacho, and it falls into the path of João Pedro. João Pedro takes a direct shot onto the keeper where he should have just lifted it over the keeper. That would have been 1-0. And João Pedro got a third chance where Malagusta gets the ball out wide, pulls the ball back in the box for a cutbacks where John Pedro is making a run across and puts it on target. Sadly, the keeper scores. That should have been 3-0. So John Pedro could have had a hat trick. And not to mention the goals he missed in the second half. We cut open Spurs very easily. And much like I was discussing on one of them, I think it was a catch up and on Big Six Bands. But so said, so done. We cut through Spurs midfield. We were dominant in midfield. And when this turned into a transition game, we were the better team. So much so Spurs only had 3 shots after 75 minutes. So I didn't expect the game to be this easy or this comfortable, but it was. We kept a clean sheet and it's 1-0. Now back to some of the individual performance. Let's talk about Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto was jarring more so in the second half than the first. I don't think he took advantage of the spaces that he got into. There was a lot of times where Enzo Fernandez, shout out to Enzo Fernandez who had a brilliant game. We'll talk about him after the fact. There was a lot of times where Enzo Fernandez and even Malagusto played the ball into the path of Pedro Neto, and whether his touch was off, whether he miscontrolled it, whether he just dribbled and run right into his man, he was not good enough today. Also, as let's talk about the aforementioned Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez, for me today, had a really good game. I won't say it was immense. Actually, you know what? Let's give him the immense. He had a really good game today in the 10. He was progressing passes. His passes were a lot cleaner. It's almost like he's catching form. He had a few shots on target. He's making late runs. He's dictating the play. He's stepping over. He's doing step overs. He's rolling out the ball. He had a very comfortable game today against Spurs. So much so similar to Caicedo. Caicedo was a pillar in the middle of the park. He roughed up the Spurs defenders. He got the assist. He's pressing. He's tackling. He's hustling. Moises Caicedo is borderline world class. World class in my opinion. Malo Gusto, he played okay today. He played well today. Let's say that we won. We kept a clean sheet. He played well today. There's a few passes that were off. Like he played a pass that split the defender and the ball was played towards Joao Pedro and it should have been towards Pedro Neto in that second half. But I'm not going to crucify him for it. He played well. His recovery runs as well. His dribbling, his decision making on the ball was a lot better today. So shout out to Malo Gusto. Reece James. Reece James in the middle of the park. Today is one of the days where he played in the middle of the park and he played really well. There was a tackle on Reece James in the first half that I think was a borderline red card. Studs up came over the ball. Spurs are playing nasty today. Their tackles were very nasty and very rash, to say the least. But hey, what can I say? They rattled against the mighty Chelsea. So Joao Pedro got his first goal since August. Garnacho was absolutely underwhelming. Pedro Neto was underwhelming as well. And I think those were the areas where we could have improved. Enzo Maresca did make subs in the second half. He brought on Jamie Gittins, who came on and looked miles better off Alejandro in terms of the link-up play and just the directness and getting down that left-hand side. He did not bring on Estaval until like the 74th minute or 75th minute, which indicates that Estaval is going to play in the Champions League game. But for me, it's unacceptable that based on how the game was going, a player like Estaval, and we saw it when he came on, the underlapping run from Enzo Fernandez, the underlapping run from whoever was underlapping, the ball from Estaval to Enzo Fernandez and from Enzo Fernandez to Joao Pedro was always on. We could have finished this game 3-4-0. When Estaval came on, we created so much more clear-cut chances that you're saying how they did not score. Gittins, how you didn't score. Joao Pedro, how you didn't score twice. Enzo Fernandez, listen. This wonder kid is something to be talked about, and he needs to get out of the games. I don't know what Enzo Maresca has done for this man to not start games. I don't know if you're trying to protect him or what the logic is, but he's ready to start games. He's definitely ready to start games. I want to say shout out to Trevor Chalaba. Chalaba had an average game today. It was good because he defended well. He put in some blocks. He cleared the ball when he was supposed to clear. He was reading the certain passes. He played well, and not to forget, last but not least, Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez has been having a few solid games lately. We're not going to talk about it too much because we don't want his bozo genes to return. You know, you want it to just be a keep keep showing the improvement, brother. Keeping us the clean sheet. Keep improving on your cross collection. Keep giving us calm at the back. And I've been saying this recently. For the first time in a long while, Robert Sanchez is not the problem in our defense. It's the defenders. And yeah, so it was a really good game from Chelsea. We should have won that game by much, 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 much more. Should have been an easy 4-0. It could have been 4-0 in the first half if John Pedro took some of his chances. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The first watch along was somewhat successful, I'd say. I had fun. Shout out to the people who was in the comment section, and yeah, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. My heart goes out to Jamaica. My people are back home. My people are safe, by the way. Thanks to all who checked in, and yeah, up the Chels. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace. We're gone. Oh, shout out to Wesley Fofana. Had a really good game. I almost forgot.